even better.
Welcome to Bellwright. Back in my backwards run where everything is weird and crazy. And we're going to be looking at the prosperity system today. I know there's a lot of confusion out there about the prosperity system. If I can speak, that's always a challenge. I haven't done a guide on it yet for multiple reasons. I wanted to get the other guides out first because the prosperity system is complex and you need to understand the other systems really to best be able to deal with the prosperity system in trading. And also the devs were making changes to the prosperity system all the way up to the day of launch, and so I wasn't going to spend hours and days working to make a guide on something that changed the day that it came out. So I am going to be doing a prosperity guide though, because many of you have asked for it. And so while I'm finishing editing up the other two that I already have recorded and ready to go out, I thought I'd go ahead and do some of this in stream today, so we can look at it a little bit more in depth, and y'all can ask questions and I can figure out more details that I can include in the guide as well. Welcome in, Sarah. Hi, DJD. Yeah, there's a lot of confusion going on with prosperity and the economy. Hey, Chisel Chip, how are you, friend? Good to see you. Did you answer my message? I asked that and then ran away from my computer to get a drink. I'm reading your message. Yes, you're here. You found me. Okay, perfect. Sounds good. I'm probably going to be doing some streaming with Chisel Chip and Bellwright as well. We do Enshrouded together sometimes, which is always fun. Love building an Enshrouded and adventuring there too. And I'm so glad that Chisel is joining us in the world of Bellwright now too. Okay, so like I said, I needed to get everything figured out more with the economy overall and the Caravan system first before doing any kind of deep dive into prosperity. And so I've played a little bit with the prosperity system, just enough to really get a handle on it. Whoops. And so I'm going to start. I've only really worked on the prosperity since they've gotten it straightened out because it's complex. They had to do a lot of adjustments and testing. So I've done enough to start getting prosperity working here in Farnworth because they're my neighbor. So that's the easiest one to work with first. So you can see here in Farnworth that my prosperity, if I can talk, is on the positive side at the moment, and it is rising, increasing over here on the right. And so since I've been doing just all kinds of crazy things in my world, with doing stuff for testing and doing stuff for making guides, which always messes up my saves because I do and undo and redo things, I'm just going to get stuff sorted out today and work on the prosperity in these towns, and we'll see how it works. We are also doing giveaways again for keys today. Thank you very much, Donkey Crew, for all the keys that you gave me to give away. So we're going to be doing more of those today. We'll start the next one here in a few minutes. When that starts, to be able to enter it in the contest, you'll just type !Bellwright in the chat and you'll get a ticket for the drawing, and members get 2 tickets. And we'll do a couple of those today as well. Okay, so let me quit chatting and focus on what it is that I'm trying to do. I'm looking at prosperity. Okay, let's start with Farnsworth because that's the one I started with. So Farnsworth currently is increasing. Because I'm coming from an established save, I'm at a disadvantage. So this would be an advantage of starting a new save with the update. Because I had already built all kinds of village improvements in Farnsworth, and they don't count in prosperity the same way they used to. And so I'm out of construction points here. I was able to get a little bit of construction points back because I had several houses built over there. The houses that you've built prior update will stay in the town, but they are still taking up construction points. If you go deconstruct a house, you will get those construction points back. If you deconstruct other things you have already built in the village, like a vault or something like that, you can get those resources back, but you do not get those construction points back again. They kind of built a timer in during testing in the update that they kind of already gave you your construction points back from those. But currently, some of them are being used up by the right now still invisible investment buildings. They do want all of the buildings to eventually be physically seen in the towns, but this is the first step to it. And if y'all haven't looked at any of this yet, you may not have any idea what I'm talking about. So let me show you a little bit. So when I broke down the houses that I had built, I got points back for them, 6 points each. So you can get some construction points back that way. If I go over here on the right and click on Economy Overview, these are things that are going to be related to the prosperity of the town. So, if you want to click this button for Read More, it'll give you more information about how it works, which is really nice, because when we first started testing, there was no information here. We just had to figure it out. So, yay, thank you for listening to feedback and adding more information here. So that's good information if you want to take the time and read that. So we see overall for the town that they have daily prosperity needs in food, gear, and maintenance. They have incoming trade. These are like from the caravans that we have set up. And it shows what the village has in stock as well. And this is going to be important or helpful, I would say, for you in determining how you're going to help build their prosperity based on what they need. Because they have it now where it turns green if a prosperity need is met, and if they're missing something, it's red. So it's not like you have to give them all of this every day. It's only the things that are in red that they're lacking. Okay, so the next tab is facilities. So these are the invisible facilities that I was talking about. So Farnsworth currently has a charcoal burner, herbalist, huntsman, etc. If I click on it, then it shows me the max yield that it can put out per day, what it needs for maintenance to keep the herbalist going, and the construction points that I get back if I dismantle it. This is dismantle 750 gold. So I believe from what a dev said, I need to double check this before I do the guide. I believe that if you dismantle one of their things, you have to pay them because you tore something down in their town. It's not like you get paid for dismantling the facilities in their town.
So far, we're doing great.
And you can see it's the same for each one. Some of them have required tools, like the huntsman requires an elm short bow in order to run the huntsman facility. And then there's the overview here on the right. These are the things that are required for this to run. And these are the output. Some of them also limit you on how many you can do per day or per trip. And it'll say it in there if it does. Okay, so these are the ones that the town already has. Then the next tab is investments. So under investments, you can invest in the town getting or upgrading facilities, right? And it says at the top, prosperous villages will build new facilities on their own. So I can choose to help them build something, or I can just build the prosperity of the town by providing them with needs, and at some point they'll be prosperous enough that they'll start using those supplies to build things on their own. Let me double check.
With more houses, we could make a small city there, don't you think?
Okay, so I am going to be going probably a little bit slow through some of this today because I'm double checking everything in my head too and making sure I understand it clearly. If there's anything that I need to double check with, I will confirm it before I actually record a guide on this stuff, of course. I don't normally like plan guides in stream because I figure y'all get bored with it, but there's so many people with questions around this. I figured I'd go ahead and stream while I'm doing some of this in my own village. Okay, so deciding what do I want to invest in. One of the things I have to look at is how many construction points I have. This town, I have 0 construction points left. This is a little dismaying to me because this morning when I was on, I had 2 left and I invested them in the lumber mill, I believe, but it doesn't say the lumber mill is under construction. So I might need to check with the devs and see if that is a bug, because my construction points are gone. This is one of the issues with bringing in a really high level established save. Okay, let me stop jumping ahead. I just wanted to give an overview of different pieces. Okay, so when you're looking at the economy overview, it says it needs all these things, right? Food, gear, maintenance. And so these can be supplied to increase the town's prosperity in multiple different ways. See, the red logs just went to green again because I had it set up to send them a couple logs. And now incoming trade, onions, because I went and put onions because they're lacking onions. And so it's updating according to what my caravans are taking them. While I'm still on the screen, it just appeared. That's good to know. I didn't know if you'd have to get out and get back in for it to adjust, but it just adjusts while you're still in there. That's handy. Okay, so the different ways that you can help them meet their needs in order to build prosperity. The first way obviously is deliveries from caravans, and that's the reason that I did the guide on caravans first, because delivery of stuff kind of impacts everything, right? All your outposts and everything. So at my main caravan station, I have a route set up from HG, which is my home base, to Far North, the town. And if you want a lot of detailed information on how to set your caravans up, I put that guide out yesterday. I know a lot of people are still really confused about caravans. That's why I did a very comprehensive guide. And you'll know, I know even just looking at all the information, it can seem overwhelming. That's why if you notice in the Caravans guide that I put out, it's broken up into sections, into chapters on the YouTube video. And so the first section is the overview of how they work and everything. And then the next section is a simple caravan setup. Like, that's where you should start. Don't get overwhelmed by everything and all the advanced and multiple routes and towns and everything. If you're overwhelmed by it, just start with the first section of how to set up a simple caravan route from your settlement to an outpost and back. That gives you all the basic building blocks. And then once you have that down, advance to the next section, and it'll become easier to understand as you go if you don't try to do everything at once. You know what I mean? DJ, hearing the live thinking out loud is actually more helpful than the shorter form guide for you? Really? Interesting. I figure people don't want to hear the crazy meanderings of my thoughts as I'm trying to figure this out, but if it's helpful, I'm glad. Hey Eddie, welcome in. Good to see you. I always in my guides try to be as concise as possible while still being clear enough that if somebody has no understanding of the game, that they would understand what I'm speaking about. But I try not to include a lot of extra fluff that, you know, just to make it longer or something like that. It's like, get to the point, cut to the chase, give me the info. Because that's what I like about guides. I like guides that just tell me what to do. Okay, so the first way that I started building prosperity in Farnsworth was I set up a trade route from my main settlement to the town. It's currently on the way. I have things in here that I'm loading with specific rules at home. If you watch my Caravans guide, you'll understand that this part at the top is rules about how things are going to be loaded. And the section is at the bottom is about requests that that place is making, right? And then when I look at the town line, Farnsworth, it has two tabs in here, buy and sell. Under the buy tab, it shows what the town's current supply is, what I can buy from them. Their supply is based on the facilities that they have built in that town that we were just looking at. So if I personally want them to have more, I don't know, hardwood, then I could invest in the, what was it called? The one that makes hardwood, woodworking station or something like that. The lumber mill. Their lumber mill yields 30 hardwood per day. I could try and help them upgrade it so it puts out more. I also make sure that they have the required tools for it to work, of rugged axe. I think I actually include that in the Caravans guide when I set that rugged axe up. One thing I want y'all to keep in mind when I'm going over this is that I'm starting right now with what I want to send them to build their prosperity. But the prosperity system in Carvania is much more complex than just me having to send every town everything. That's not how it's set up. It's set up to be a full world economy. I feel like I'm going off on tangents and not doing this in an orderly way. That's because it's not a guide. I'm just random stream of consciousness stuff here. So if I forget something or wander off randomly, y'all bring me back. So first I'm going over what I can do to send them things in different ways to increase their prosperity. But I'm not the only one that can send them things and do things in the world economy to increase their prosperity. They not only trade with me, but they also trade with the traveling merchants. And I can influence what they get from the traveling merchants by trading with the traveling merchants through my market.
The village is looking better.
Which is why that's another guide that's already in the works. There they go. So I have my market set up right over here on the way to Farnsworth, like right when you walk into Farnsworth. And I just mentioned this in the Caravans guide about how to set it up to get it go, because that guide was mostly about delivery. How do you get things delivered? But what you sell in here and don't sell can affect the economy in the world. What you sell and what you buy can affect the economy in the world overall. And that's getting into like a different phase that's tied more into prosperity. And so that's why I saved, I'm going to do more of that specific topic in its own market guide. Hi Sig, welcome in. How are you today? Are you enjoying the Bellwright update? I'm going on stream of consciousness randomness and stream here. Covering everything about prosperity. Okay, so prosperity is built from me trading and selling to the town directly, right? And I can give things to them indirectly through the traveling merchants in the market station. And then also the towns trade with each other. So in Farnsworth, on the economy overview, these are the things that they need, and these are the things they have in stock that they can sell, right? That's the same for every town. I mean, not the same items, but that's the same concept for every town. So if I look at Padstow and economy overview, which obviously I've not done anything with them yet, maybe we'll work on them today. It also has their needs and what they have in stock. They currently have nothing incoming in trade. I don't have anything set up with them yet. But you can look at what they have in their stock, what their facilities can produce, and those things will be bought by traveling merchants and taken to other towns that need them. So I don't have to supply everything for everybody. I just need to look at getting production going in different places so that they will be able to do it with everyone. So once it's all going, their prosperity can go up without me even having anything to do with it, right? So like in Farnsworth, if I look at their facilities, I know from living next to Farnsworth that this is not the best place for an herbalist to provide an output of flax and hemp. There's not a huge amount of it around here. And if you look next to where it says herbalist, it has 2 red down arrows. It's kind of like that's not the best facility to be an herbalist. I probably would not invest in that here at Farnsworth. Let me check something. Yeah, even up here on the right, it has red. 0.5 land capability for flax. 0.5 land capability for hemp. Whereas I know that the area around Farnsworth is good for hardwood. This is where I do my hardwood outposts when I'm not a crazy person playing backwards and living down here. If I look at the lumber mill, their output is hardwood, and it's giving bonuses that you can get for the lumber mill at Farnsworth. They have village mastery of this at 1.5 times and 2 facilities. Is that 2 facilities, or they can have 2 facilities? They do have 2 facilities now, because look, there's a little 2 right here on the icon of lumber mill. Which makes sense, because Farnsworth is in the middle of a hardwood forest. So it makes sense that they would be the best provider of hardwood for Carvinia. Is any of this making sense? I hope so. Hi, Bacon. Welcome in. How are you today? Okay, everybody's going to sleep. I don't want to be the only one up working. I'm going to sleep. Get everybody up and working again. If Chisel was here playing with me and I had someone in my world, I'd stay up all night, but I don't. I'm not going to be the only one working. Okay.
Did you see that sunset last
Back
night?
to the beginning. I'm going to look at... I don't have to run over here. I just do it out of habit sometimes. Or just to get my brain grounded if I'm making sure I understand something correctly. Sometimes I just feel like I want to walk up to the facility itself. Hi, Bad Dad. Hello, I'm new. First time catching a live stream. Glad to be here. Yay! Welcome in. Good to have you here. Okay, so actually, before I start this, let's go ahead and get the first raffle going for a free Bellwright key. Streamlabs was being weird yesterday and making me restart it every time it wanted to choose the winner. I don't know, I was doing that. Hopefully I won't do that again today, but we'll see. Let's see if we can get it started. Giveaway started. There it goes. Okay. So if you want to be entered for a ticket to get a free key for Bellwright, type in the chat !Bellwright. And you'll be entered to win a key. Yay. So I'm going to look at the overview. Farnsworth, it looks like I'm pretty much doing good already at getting their things supplied. So this gear that they need, like they need a cape of blue townsfolk gown. That's not something that I normally just keep on hand, right? But I went ahead and set my weaver up to keep a couple of those on hand, and the green townsfolk and the straw hat. Some of these things I already had built up, and some of them I didn't, and so I told my people to make some of these, and then I put them in deliveries through Caravan as needed. So if I look at my Caravan deliveries to Farnsworth, what I'm selling them, see, here's the green townsfolk gown, and I have it set to sell all, because I don't need any green townsfolk gowns myself. I don't need to keep any of those here. But some things I do have rules set for, and it looks like I need to set some more as well. I mean, some of these things, they don't request a huge amount, but if they're requesting them every day, it could eventually run you out of something. Like berries. I don't have any rules set up on this. How do I know? I don't see it over here on the loading rules, right? DJ, having a real-time dynamic economy makes the game feel more alive and immersive. It's a great change to the game. I'm glad you think so. I was overwhelmed when I first saw it too. Just to be honest, I was like, oh my god. What do I do? And one of the things about the economy system too is you can do it really detailed, or you can do it surface. And when I put the guide out, I'll show the difference in the ways. If you just want to keep it simple, do it this way. If you want to really get into the ticky-tack of it, do it this way. I mean, honestly, you don't have to do it at all to play the game. Welcome to the channel, Expo. Glad to have you here. Like, you can play Bellwright without raising the prosperity of the towns. It's possible to go through the storyline and do the quests and do stuff without raising the prosperity of the towns. You're not blocked from playing the game. It just makes it much more richer and fuller if you decide that you want to include this part in it as well. And as you're coming up from a new save, then it can make some things go faster as well, as far as you being able to get your supplies. Okay, so like onions, right? I'm selling them onions, but I can see up here where they're loading it at my home. I went and renamed my towns and outposts to have a generic name next to them too, so that in guides y'all would know what I'm talking about. So HGville/home, this is my home settlement. So what they're loading up here for this caravan run has rules built onto it, right? And I've already done it with onions. I'm saying always keep 30 onions, because I don't want them selling every single onion that I have, and then I don't have any for my recipes, right? Now, I realize I don't have any rules set up for berries and mushrooms, and I want to do that because there are no berries and mushrooms that can be picked around my home. So it's not like this is something that's a constant supply that my people can just easily re-get. I do have them shipped in from Outposts, but you can't pick mushrooms anywhere here. They don't exist around Farnsworth. So I don't want them taking all my mushrooms, although I have a crap ton of them right now. Probably because I set up double caravan runs to do that guide. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to want to set up a rule. So I'm on the first line, my home settlement, where this is starting before it goes to the town. I want to set up a rule for berries. So let's search for berry. I don't want them to just load once. I want them to always keep a certain amount in stock. So with always keep, they're going to load it if there's a stop in the line. I started pointing at the screen with my finger as if y'all could see that. If there's something after this that's requesting berries, they'll load it up. Right? But they're going to keep the specified amount. So this is the simple version of it. Always load it if someone's asking for it, but don't load past this point. Let's keep, how many should I keep at home? At least 20. Probably more than that because I use it for farm stuff too, I believe. So I'll keep 30. I need to put a qualifier on mushrooms too, because I have to have those all shipped in. So I'm gonna always keep, geez, I have a lot of them right now. I was low before, clearly got that figured out. 30 mushrooms. And click back on Farnsworth. I keep saying Farnsworth, it's Farnworth. Is there anything else they're selling that I don't want them to sell all of? I'm making so many wooden planks. I'm not real worried about them selling me out of them. River reed, yeah, I need to set a limit on that. Look, I've gone to 0 at my home settlement. So I'm going to switch this, and those have to be shipped here. So I'm going to switch this to sell from cargo. I'm going to go back to my home settlement where we load up the cargo. Let's look for river reed, and we're going to put a rule on that. Always keep, let's say 20. Go back to Farnsworth. Is there anything else I want to put a rule on? Simple arrows. I don't care if they sell all those because my people don't use them anyway. They use sturdy arrows. Beetroot. I don't want them selling all. Sell from cargo. So let's go home and make a rule of what can go in cargo. Beetroot. I also use that for making animal feed, so put this at 30. You know, it always adds the 1 because it starts with 1. I often take the 1 off just because it's like an OCD thing to do, so it's a round number. Not that that 1 really matters. Okay, back to Farnworth. Selling. Trading, anything else? Short sword. I am making these short swords specifically to sell to them, so I don't care if they sell them, all of them. The yew short bow. Some of my people do still use that, so I'll switch that to sell from cargo. Go home where we load up. Set a rule. We're gonna always keep 2 of them. How many did I request? Let me look at Farnsworth. Economy overview. Use short bow. They only need 1 at a time. If they needed 2 for their maintenance, then I would probably up my production to 3. Unless I had already created another town that was producing those, then I wouldn't have to worry about it as much. But this is the first town I'm really doing, so I'm providing it since it's right here next to me. Back into caravans. Farnsworth, trading. What else do they have? Carpenter's hammer, I have sell all. I think that's fine because if I recall, they only are requesting 1, and I'm constantly cranking out carpenter's hammers to supply them to outposts and everything, and they're easy to make, so I always can make more of those. Rope, I have a sell all, that's fine, because they don't request that many. And I'm constantly making those. Logs, I can sell all they need, that's fine. Wood, same thing. Flax, yep, I'll sell them all they need. Copper nails, I have that set to sell all. I don't recall if they're requesting a huge amount typically. Let's see. No, they only need 2 for their regular maintenance. The thing is that too, if I set something up to sell all, whatever they need, then if I'm working on a facility, like investing in a facility and it needs nails to be built or to be upgraded, if I have it set to sell all, they'll automatically sell them more nails when they need it, versus me having to go back and say, okay, well, go ahead and sell them more of this resource. Just depends on whether I'm willing to possibly be sold out of it at my own settlement or not. I think we'll be fine with letting them buy whatever copper nails they need, though. Hemp. I probably should set a rule on this just to be consistent. I don't think they'd buy me out of hemp, but I'll set a rule for hemp so they don't take all of ours in case we need it to keep making those ropes that we're selling them. So hemp, I'm gonna say always keep 30. Okay. Anything else? Cob. I really don't want them buying all my cob. So I'm going to do a bit of a deeper look into how much cob I tell them that I'll sell. Because cob takes a beat to make, right? So I'm going to switch this to sell from cargo. But before I set how much the rule is for the cargo that I'll sell them, I'm going to look at where I'm making cob, which is at the mixing bucket. I have it topped up to 50. Okay. This is something that I've noticed that I've talked to the devs about. I might need to bring up again. See how it's saying not enough resources here to make the cob in red? But it shows clearly on the left pop out that I have all the resources needed to make the cob. It's just because those resources haven't been placed in that mixing bucket at the moment. It's kind of like if you don't have something in your inventory and you go to craft something, it'll say not enough resources on some of the workstations. Some of them, it'll do it if it's in the storage of the workstation. Which it seems like they're switching it more to where you can just go up and work on your side if the resources are in the storage for the workstation. You don't have to like physically put them in your inventory anymore, which is a really nice quality of life change. Okay, so I'm saying that I want to keep 50 topped up in my production. So, if I say I'm going to keep 20 at home, then if they sell more than 30, my people will start making more. Maybe I should keep 30 at home, because when you need cob, you need a lot of it. I'm going to keep 30 at home. So I currently have 38 in storage, so that means that 8 of them are available to sell if they need any. Is there anything else on the Farnsworth sell screen? It's at the bottom of the list. Rugged Axe I already have set up to sell from cargo, as well as thatch. Okay. So that should do. And I'm requesting resin and fur. I'm requesting this. Okay, I'm going out of order again. Let me go back to Farnsworth, and I'm going to look at the buy screen. I'm buying resin and fur. I'm not buying all they have. I don't want to constantly be buying it no matter what. I am only going to buy the requested amount. And so, back at home, I say, how much am I requesting? I can put a load rule here too. Just kidding. They do it by unload. Which makes sense. That's literally what I said in my guide. Because you're loading it at the town and unloading it when you get home. So that's where the rule would be. It's the unloading rule, not a loading rule. So we're still increasing our prosperity. At the overview, everything is green now. They've gotten their regular maintenance stuff. Cool, making progress. Oh, time's up on entering the raffle. Let's find a winner. Fingers crossed it works this time. Pick a winner. Good luck, everybody. Hey, DJ won! Yay! Congratulations, DJ! Woohoo! Is that Bellwright key for you or for a friend? Because I think you're already playing, right? You can have a friend play with you now. So, DJ, if you're not in my Discord yet, go ahead and join my Discord. The link is in the description below. And I can get you the key for Bellwright over there. Okay, so my plan was to then look at investments. And facilities. I got some redness going on here. That's not a good sign. Red is always a warning sign. So let's see if we can figure it out. Missing input. Well, there's also no demand for these, so and I'm gonna spend a whole lot of time worried about that right this second. Stupid work distracting me from entering giveaways. Aw, we're gonna do another one. We're gonna do another one, Bacon. Next time I start one, I'll say, Bacon! We're starting the giveaway. Let's see. What about the huntsman? Oh, they're out of simple arrows. Interesting. Because on the overview, they have gotten... Oh, those are sturdy arrows. Haha. Incoming trade. Oh, I have simple arrows on the way over there already. I was like, I thought I put simple arrows on the delivery list. So they're on the way over there right now. Okay, what else with the facilities is going on? The sheep pen is missing advanced animal feed. They are just poop out of luck because I am not providing that right now. That's going to have to wait because I was having issues with my animal handlers because when I was doing the guides about the caravans, and I sent so many people on caravans that I sent too many of my animal handlers on caravans, and it got out of control over there. And I ended up with like 47 sheep and almost no food. And I was like, oh, maybe I should pay a little bit of attention to the animals for a minute.
Night's coming quick.
This is the problem. They were all stressed out. So I spent a little bit of time this morning. I just got in game to like take a screenshot for the thumb. I was like, what is going on with the sheep? Because I saw that they were stressed yesterday. And I figured it had something to do with everything I changed for the caravans. And figured out pretty quickly it was because my inventory was clogged at one of my outposts. So I went and built a barn over there. Had stuff delivered to build a barn over there. So they can send some stuff up here. But there were so many sheep, and so I came and I slaughtered some, but I refused to slaughter any of the ones that are baby lambs. If they have to be slaughtered, then somebody else can do it. I'm not doing it. See, okay, good. No more baby lambs are being marked for slaughter, and if they are, somebody else is doing it, not me. So, are we still catching up on things over here? They don't have any food in here. Let me see what's going on with my livestock. Everybody's fed and happy, though. Oh, except for 2 lambs are a little bit hungry. It does seem like it could be heavy management and need to keep track. Do you use any out-of-game tools? I do not. No. I just do it all in-game. Yeah, I don't really want to have to keep spreadsheets. That's some of the feedback that I gave the devs during testing. Because when it initially... Well, okay. Part of this is that some people in Test Branch were stomping their feet and raising pitchforks for us to get the update to be able to test it because they were antsy and wanted it. And so the devs kept saying, it's not ready to test, it's not ready to test. And they were like, give it to us, give it to us, give it to us. That's what we're here for. And they're like, fine, here. And it didn't have any instructions on stuff. We were all trying to figure it out. And I was like, you people are crazy. It was quite entertaining. They're like, you asked for it. And I was like, okay, this prosperity and everything is very complex, and I don't. Gamers gonna get. I know. Hey, DJ, welcome back. Congratulations. Yeah. Will be for wifey, so you can play co-op. Oh, that's cool. I've played this with Hub some too. It's always helpful having a real person in to help in addition to the NPCs. A lot of games for me have added spreadsheets, and I like that, and I know many don't. You know, I did that with No Man's Sky when I was doing a lot of No Man's Sky. I have more hours in No Man's Sky than any other game. It's kind of ridiculous. I was obsessed with that game for a long time, which is part of why I haven't played it in a long time, because I fear that if I get into it, it'll take over my life again, and I won't do other things. A couple who games together stays together. Aw, that's cute. That's cute. Yeah, I'm waiting for Light No Fire. Honestly,
Work, lads. We need
I'm
to
looking
make this
forward to
place
Light No
look
Fire. What am I doing? I was gonna see how they're doing with food. Is food okay? Y'all just haven't taken it over there yet. You have some in there ready to go. Alright, they'll get it over there. Nobody's complaining, so it'll be fine. I hope.
I'm glad I have a place to sleep.
Yeah, they're making more.
I feel it's going to be a good day.
I guess I should make fishing bait from something other than small piece of raw meat. I kind of stopped caring about, because my fishing camp has said forever it doesn't have bait, and I haven't really cared because I ended up with so much fish. I was overflowing. I'm down to 288 of them now. Like, it's so much. I was like, stop fishing. I'm just gonna not make any more bait. That'll stop you from fishing. Bad Dad, they are doing the Redux voyages in No Man's. Oh yeah, I can't wait for Light No Fire. I know, right? Yeah, I mean, I still watch No Man's Sky. Like, I'm still a mod for Zane and Beeble and all those guys, but I haven't actually gotten in the game and played it for a while. I have hopes and worries about Light No Fire. Isn't that always the case? It's always the case, right, with new games. Hey Jeffrey, welcome in. How much did you miss? Looks like I've been going for 57 minutes, so that's how much you missed. Every NMS release worries me more with how unpolished they are. Really? The latest ones seem more unpolished than they used to be, Eddie? I don't know if I've heard anyone say that. That's interesting. Okay, let me double check just to make sure what's going on. We have enough resources for these. We have enough resources for these. We have plenty. Yeah. And we have plenty of wheat to make grains. 513 at the moment. Okay. I'm not too worried about it. I went and changed, I think I may have done it on stream yesterday. I went and changed my primary farmers that they cannot go on caravans anymore. They need to stay home. Not farmers, animal handlers. They need, which usually is doing farming too, is efficiency. I have people that are doing farming and animal handling, often have similar priorities in harvesting, and they're all right here together, and I have them live over here too. So when they get up in the morning. They don't have to walk across half the world to come and take care of the fields and the animals. Something else I do for efficiency, because I am at the point where I have a very large settlement. This area right here is where my kitchen was first. As I expanded and got the bigger buildings and needed more, I went to a larger location. But I still let this stand and let them have some food stuff over here. Just so that there's still a little bit of food on this end of the village. I don't have to worry about them not having the high level cooked food over here, because this is mainly food on this end for like workers at the farm and the barns and that kind of stuff. Whereas down here at the other end, this is where I have more of the high level food cooked and put in storage and everything, because that's right by my staging ground. So they'll pick up the high level food whenever we're going to go out on a mission or marauding across the countryside. So many bugs in NMS. Oh yeah, Corvettes are super buggy. I have heard that. I have heard rumors of that. Hi Slimmy, bet you're really looking forward to Light No Fire. I am. I definitely am. I randomly go and search to the corners of the internet and see if there's any little bits of information about it anywhere. You already have the game, but you'll get in and give it to someone else if you win. That's cool. Then you have somebody to play with. Eddie, a new connection thread again. Me to Chisel Chip to Christy to Beeblebum to Ager to me. That's funny. It's a small world after all. How many... Wait, where'd it go? I saw a question. How many towns do you have? Towns? Like liberated towns? Or like my villages and outposts? I have all the towns liberated. This is my backwards Bellwright run. So I started my save down here. I snuck as a noob down here by Krasmere and made my first outpost here. I didn't allow myself to talk to anybody in Herndeen or get my buddy Louie. It was very sad. And then I took the villages over backwards from Krasmere to Horndeen, Blackridge Pool, and Bradford Padstow, Herndeen.
All thanks to you.
Currently, however, due to a weirdness that was happening during the testing before the patch went public, they've taken back Blackridge Pool. So it's not liberated anymore. And I've purposely not gone and liberated it again so that I can test things with a town that's not liberated. But I'll probably go ahead and liberate it again when I'm working on the prosperity stuff, just so that I can tie in its economy to the overall prosperity. You can trade with towns that are not liberated, by the way, but you get taxed a lot, so the prices are a lot higher. Let's see, like Blackridge Pool is selling iron ore for $49.50 a piece. Let's look at Horndeen. They're selling it for $34.41. Because they're liberated.
Happy days. All thanks to you.
That's a pretty hefty tax. Mean old Ashburn. My towns, right now, I have my main home settlement over here by Farnsworth. This is not how I normally play, by the
The village
way.
is looking
Normally,
better and
I would
better.
recommend that your first main settlement be up north. But I have an outpost up north where I would normally put my first town. I use this. This is called the North, and I use this for tin mining. And then I have an outpost over by Bradford, and that is for copper mining and also wood mining, because where I live down near Farnworth it is really hard to get wood, especially before I had the forester, because it's all hardwood down here, because I like making things hard for myself. Then I have a little tiny outpost over in the swamp, and obviously that's for cranberries and peat and then moss, that kind of thing. And then I have an outpost kind of part way between Horndean and Blackridge Pool right over here on this lake. And this is where I get iron and granite. I also like putting a river dock here because that's a great place to get down to Horndean. It's so
I
far
feel
down
it's
there
going
on
to
its
be a
own
good
to
day.
try and defend it. And then I have a little outpost over here by Krasmere, because that's where I forced myself to start the game on my backwards run. Normally I wouldn't have a full outpost down there at all. I would just have probably a river dock with a beggar working in it. I would put hire a beggar from Krasmere to man a river dock down there, just so that, because you have to have someone at an outpost in order to schedule deliveries to them. And I wanted shipwright packs to be kept up
The village
down
is
there,
looking better and better.
so I'd be able to bring all my people on the boat and defend if I needed to. So that would be the only reason before. But another way I've done it, and now I'm kind of doing it this time, is instead of putting a river
Glad
dock
it's my home.
way down here just to defend Krasmere, I have a river dock outpost built right here, right next to the brigands headquarters. So if they take off to try to reclaim somebody, I can
Glad
get
it's
my
my
people
home.
together at my home dock and sail over here really quick, and I can just cut them off at the pass if I get it done in time. Which, if it's Krasmere that's getting attacked, then I make sure to stop what I'm doing and get there in time, because I don't want to chase them. I could put another dock down there, but there's a million ways to do everything, you know. Bacon, in your opinion, what is the best starting location for a new save? I mean, I don't know if it was before or after I said that you asked or came in or whatever, but I'll go look at it. If y'all saw me in with Chisel Chip the other day or last week or whenever it was, this is kind of the area I told him to put
Morning, friend. Mind the
his first base. And if I was doing a normal playthrough, this is where I would put it. I've done several playthroughs where I had my starter base here and it worked out really well. I've done a couple of playthroughs where I kept this as my entire game location and just built up further out and made it bigger and bigger in this area too, and that worked also. This spot is nice, yeah. So this is where I recommend you do your first base. There's this little trader dude here. Hello,
I'm open
Igor.
for business, and I guarantee you won't be disappointed with what I have to offer.
He'll have a quest for you early on too. But if you see, what do you have available in stock today? He sells a strap for 75 gold.
happy days.
And straps are
All
really
thanks to
hard
you.
to get at the beginning of the game. and he has one every day. He also sells simple cord and rope if you need help getting those super early on, but you're going to be able to make especially simple cord pretty quickly. But you can sell to him simple cord and wood. So at the super beginning of the game, you can go right there and chop down these skinny little trees to get wood and sell to him. And then very soon, you'll be able to make simple cord and sell them to him every day and get a strap. And what I did is I will put my tent right here beside him. And then I build a chest right outside the door of my tent. And I make the inventory in there blocked off except for specific things that I want them to keep in my chest because it's handy for me. I do that where I am now too. I do it every game. So, but when I'm living next to him, I put a top up in there that I always want 10 simple cords kept in that chest. So at the beginning of the game, I get up in the morning, I check the research desk, which I keep right in front of my door to remind me to always be researching something. I get the simple cord out of my chest. I sell them to him to get me some gold. I buy a strap, put it in storage, and go on with my day. And then when I get to the point that I can start making better tools and armor and weapons, I already have some strap built up. Because it's really hard to get in the beginning. Have you built a marketplace? How does it work? Yeah, we were just going over that kind of stuff when I got distracted. But I'll get back to it. So that spot is rough. Lots of bandits and boar. It depends. So I'm right here. Let me show it on the map for people that don't know exactly. I'm just northeast of Padstow, further south of Herndine, than where a lot of really new players build way up here, which is fine, but then you have to long run do a lot more running and everything, whereas this area down here is full of resources that people end up running down here to get, like the river reeds, and there are garlic and this little patch of trees, and good hunting and that kind of thing. As far as the bandits in this area, when you first start, there's one newbie level little bandit camp over the edge of this hill. And that'll probably be the first one that you take out. And you and Louie can take them out, especially once you get a bow. But then the other bandits that you're going to deal with in this area are the ones that walk along this road. Right? There's a road right here, which is very convenient. It goes straight into Padstow. And there's a road over there and those trees over there. So the thing is, some people want bandits a lot because they want to be able to get the renown and they want to be able to get the straps and the supplies that they drop, right? Whereas personally, when I'm newbie, I wouldn't, especially when I was early on playing the game, I sucked at the combat because I'd never done directional combat before. So depending how much you want to deal with bandits, if you want to deal with bandits more, then I would say build your stuff right next to the road, because then you and your people will trigger them a lot more when they're either walking across the road or they cut across this field a lot, across this hill, going to the camps back there. But if you don't want to deal with the bandits on the road, then I would say just build your house and your stuff a little bit further up this way, a little bit farther back from the road, so you're not close enough that you're triggering every bandit that walks by on the road. The boar in this area, there's some boar that are north of here, up around this area, especially near the herbalist. If you run out a little bit, you can find some boar up here. And back in this area behind, kind of north and behind Padstow, there can be some boar over there. But there's no boar that live directly in this area where this camp is set up at. And if you go way over here where this bridge is, there's, if you ever need burr, that too. Burr is now burr, apparently. On the other side of this bridge, there's a good herd of boar over there. Herd? Do boars have herds? I don't know. Whatever they have. Since we're here, let me grab some stuff and take it home. Few spawn near the lake on the road. This lake down here? Is this the lake you're talking about? You're getting boar down here? Let me go look, see if this is something new I haven't noticed. If you keep going past the lake, you'll run into some wolves. Might just be on your game. I mean, the spawn locations are pretty consistent, I think. I mean, they've added a crap ton. It's possible they added something in that I haven't noticed. This is a massive update. I have run around here some though, and I don't recall seeing boar in this area. If I keep going this way, I'm gonna run into wolves. Although they might still all be dead because I knocked them out last winter, I think. I'm not seeing any boar or red dots for boar. Let's look over here. We're coming up to the traders now. Ooh, they've added in more garlic. I remember this garlic being here. What's that? Oh, red dots. What is that? Wolves. I don't know. Maybe you got a random boar. Yeah, but the boar will come back. I haven't killed any boar over here recently either. Like, if you take out the entire population of a herd, like all the wolves in an area, it'll take it longer for them to respawn. But they will eventually build back up. If you, like, keep taking them out, like, especially around Padstow. It's like, you regularly have to go every now and then and take the wolves out over there if they don't have their people built up enough to be able to do it. So deer. This area is so full of resources though. There's so many mushrooms and herbs, and there's excellent hunting over here. I don't know. If I went a little bit farther north towards the herbalist on the left side of the road, there is a boar that lives over there. Okay, let me get back home and finish looking at prosperity. Although I could look at a little bit of prosperity here, because one of the things that I've done is I've started building up this outpost a little bit more. It's such a mess because originally it was just a travel sign and a tent. Somebody gathering herbs. But since we have this new prosperity system, I'm building this outpost up a little bit more so that they can do some trading with towns. Here on the north side of the map. And so I've given them their own caravan station at this outpost. You have this area nice and clear. Yeah. And another thing I should say is that I specifically, because I've been working on the guides, right, and needing to take the time to figure out the systems, I have them set right now to not respawn bandit camps. Because I'm like, I don't got time to deal with that mess right now. I'm trying to figure stuff out to make a guide. When I clear them out, they don't come back right now, so I could test things. So part of what I'm doing with this outpost is building up a little bit of things. So they have carts now. I also have given them a little bit more storage because I have caravans coming through here on routes back home. And I've also built a weaver hut down at this one too, because I don't want to have to send everything all the way from Farnsworth to trade with Herndine in the very north. But, whoops. Let's start looking at the prosperity in Herndine and Padstow. And see what we need for them. Actually, before I do this, let's start another giveaway, shall we? We need to give away another key. Alright, here we go. Did it start? Huzzah! There it goes. Okay. If you'd like to be entered into the raffle to get a free key for Bellwright, just type !Bellwright in chat, and you will be entered for the drawing. Hey TCA Battles, I was just looking up a tutorial on YouTube, perfect timing. That's funny. Yeah, I said at the beginning of the stream I haven't had time to get a proper guide out for this yet, because I need to do the guide on the caravans first that came out yesterday. And then I did the guide on how to prep and update existing worlds for the update. And then we need to do the market and prosperity, and that all ties together. And then I have also, people requested another one of the Wish I Knew videos. So that one will probably be out this afternoon. And then markets and prosperity are following. This game is addicting and mental. I know, right? How are you, Ross? Welcome in. Yeah, this can be I mean, it's so immersive too with them doing everything. Like, they actually do everything. I am so amazed with the loading of the crossbow. I mean, I know it takes a long time and is a pain in the arse, but that's what it actually was like, and so they make it actually like that. It's very interesting to me. I love, when I first started playing this game, I would just walk around and watch them doing things. It's like, that's so cool. They're actually doing it. Like, they're actually skinning the deer. They're actually physically doing everything. It's wild. Okay, let me think about Herndine. I haven't really got anything set up for prosperity in Herndine, I don't think. So maybe I should do Padstow first, since they're my neighbor so close. What is Padstow? Padstow's decreasing. Of course they are. I haven't done anything. I haven't even built stuff over there from before. Okay. Let's look at their economy overview. Yep, they need lots of stuff. Lots of stuff. So they need raw meat, potatoes, there's specific gear that they want. Of course they want a woodcutter's axe because they do wood cutting around Padstow. And then they have some basic supplies they need maintenance for. And they have no incoming trade. I haven't set up anything for Padstow. And this is what they currently have in stock. Ooh, they have 18 plank shields in stock. That's nice. I finished your caravan video earlier. I was using 4 individual caravan routes for 1 mining outpost. Glad you can set it up for way less. Yeah. Yeah, I think that understanding that first section in the video of kind of how you did it one piece at a time, that's a good way to start to get your head around how it works. But then once you kind of get that down, you can get more complex with it. Yeah. Very good. Love the content. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I put a lot of work into my guides and stuff. Okay, so facilities. They can have a digger. They have a digger. Their storage is full. I was gonna say, okay, so the down arrows is saying there's a problem with this facility. That's why there's those 2 red down arrows. I was gonna say that can't be meaning there's not mud in the area, because there's lots of mud in this area. So they can produce mud, but their storage is full. So we need to give them a way to sell mud, don't we? They have an herbalist. Their storage is full. Everything's going to have issues in this town because I haven't done anything with it. Green means they have it, and red means they need it. Yes, that is correct. They have a livestock barn. They're missing tools, which in this case is advanced animal feed, and they're out of luck because I'm not going to provide that to anybody right now. So I'm catching up. They have a lumberjack. Their storage is full. They have a mine. It's going okay, but it still has 2 down arrows by it. That's because there's low land capability by them for tin and stone. Interesting, because there's tin right next to them. I may have already mined all that node out. I have to go look. This game is deep enough that it would do something like that. They have a shield maker. That's why they have so many shields available for sale in the town. Excuse me. And they have a tool maker. Hey, thanks for the sub, Ina Love. Appreciate it. They're missing input of straps. So I need to think about what I want to work on first with them. Cephalon Ket. I haven't played this game in 11 months. My PC is broken and going to start over as soon as it's fixed. Can't wait. Oh my goodness. I want a new PC. I want a better PC. It's kind of hard on because I play on a gaming laptop, and it was top of the line great when I got it, but playing Bellwright and streaming is a bit of a strain on it. And by a bit of strain, I mean a lot. And so I get a little bit of jitteriness and lag sometimes when I'm streaming. Buy mud from them and sell it to another for profit. Exactly. Exactly. And then we can make investments in Padstow. Oh, look, they're already working on the lumberjack. It's 62% upgraded because they already have a lumberjack, right? Yeah. So they're upgrading their lumberjack. 62% of the way there. They need more flax, wood, and crude stone to do that. And I have 3 construction points available in Padstow that I could use for a facility in combination with some gold to invest in them getting something going. Okay. I'm going to start with their overview of daily needs. And I'm going to start wondering. I have a caravan station built up north, so I'm going to start this outpost making some things for Padstow. I also have set up a market here, so that I can buy and sell some things on this end of the map as well. I'm asking to buy bronze ingots and copper ingots up here because I have to have copper shipped in from my copper mine to this location. It would be handy if we could just buy some. Have they done anything yet? I barely set that up. Oh, they have done some stuff. I've made 788 coins. Selling veggies and pelts, stones and cords. I need to rename this market so I know which one it is in the list. Uh-oh. Whoops, I did one too many. I heard a ding. Where you at? You're going down! Think not! Yeah! Take that! Huzzah! Mess with me. That's what I thought. You just got a new PC on Black Friday for $1,500? That's probably a good deal. It sounds like a good deal. My PC is supposed to be good, but it's current constant problems, so it's at the shop for like the 6th time. Ugh. Cyber power? I'll have to look at that. On the map is your starting spot, that your preferred starting spot, correct? Right here, where this outpost is. If I was in a normal playthrough, not my backwards playthrough. So I put an outpost here too for the north side of the map. This is where I normally start. By this little vendor here. Just outside of Padstow. North of the lake. South of Herndon. Gobs of goodies in this area. Okay, let's go ahead and start with a caravan route to Padstow. Shall we? I don't think I have a lot of caravan routes set up here. No, I do. Well, no, it's just that legged one. I should decide to, because I did it 2 different ways for the guide, doing it piece by piece and doing the big circle route. I have both of them going still right now, just because I set them up. To decide if I want to keep them going double or if I just want to pick one. But let's add selling to Padstow. From our north 10 outpost to Padstow. Okay, we're gonna add a settlement. No, what am I doing? Stop it. Not a settlement. Go away. Delete. We're gonna add a village. And we're going to add Padstow. Okay, so this is what we can buy from Padstow, which we saw on their economy overscreen that they have in stock. This is what I get for standing right by the road in the middle of the night. It's fine. Come here, give me guts. I need some guts. Oh, one of my people were up. Haha, take that. Stop it. Thank you. Oh, that was one of my caravans walking by. Thanks, friend. I have a question regarding the world settings. If you can answer, I'll try. So it used to be that when you increased the damage setting, it also made the enemies do more damage too. Is it the same? I think so. I don't think it's one-sided. I haven't heard anything different about that. January after Christmas is a good time to look for PCs as well. That is true. I would have to start saving money now. Because I'll be spending all my money on Christmas. Yeah. Computers are expensive. I think that I might get an actual desktop this next time instead of a laptop. I've tended to get the gaming laptops so that I can take them with me if I'm traveling. But lately it's like I don't travel that much anymore, really. And I feel like I'd have a lot more power and a lot more versatility, right? Because you can change out parts on a desktop. Okay, Padstow. That's what I can buy from them. This is what I can sell to them. I think I'm growing potatoes here at the north. I am. Let's sell them some potatoes. And I'm looking on the left under storage for the North 10 outpost to see what I have in stock here. I've already started some farming up here just to have extra. I can sell them some radishes. I have a crap ton of meat here, I know. Yeah, because that's their primary meat source down here is the traps. So I can sell them some of those. I don't have any of these meat down here, but I have over 1,000 at home. I could start sending some pieces of raw meat down here to sell to them, but I don't have that set up yet. So let's do one thing at a time so as not to confuse people more. Okay, let me go in order too instead of acting like I have ADHD. Then they want a red townsfolk vest. I don't have any of these because that is not something I would normally make. Let's look at their overview screen and see how many they prefer for their regular upkeep on their economy overview. Only one. Red Townsfolk Best. Well, I happen to have set up a weaver here at the North Outpost. Stop looking for fish. Let's look at buildings. North Outpost. I have a weaver. What does it take to make, what was it, a red townsfolk shirt? Takes flax and hemp. I have that here. So let's add that. Hi, I'm new to this game. Well, welcome in. Good to have you. Kingvian Log. I'm sure I said that wrong. I'm sorry. Pinkian Gamer. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Can I call you Ping? Is that okay? And thanks for the sub. I appreciate you. Okay, a red townsfolk shirt. No, was it a vest? I feel like that picture looks like a vest and not a shirt. Let me double check. Whoops. It is a vest. Red townsfolk vest. I need one. If they need it, somebody else might need it too. And it's easy to make, and they might need it more than once, obviously. So I say I am going to tell, they want to buy 3 here. I'm not going to do them all at once. I have limited production at this outpost, so I'm not going to try to do everything at once like I do at home. But I'll say I will sell you a red townsfolk vest. And I'm going to leave the price exactly at what they are wanting to sell it for. And I'm going to say I'm going to sell all of them. Because that's why I'm making it. I'll do a modifiers in a minute. So that means I need to set up to make red townsfolk vests. In the north, my weaver hut, not the shirt, take that out of there. Hope I wasn't making that for somebody else. That wasn't in there already, right? Red townsfolk vest. Okay, let's top this up. Let's say 2 at a time. I don't want to go too fast and hard on this outpost, because I have a lot of them making caravan deliveries. And limited resources here at the moment. Okay, what else do you need? Ooh, there's a big old caravan going by. Look at them. You must have come from dangerous parts to have this frickin' many guards with you. Look at that. 2 carts and tons of guards. What do you have for sale?
Ah, a fellow traveler. I've got wares from
You know what I wish? I should ask the devs for this. I wonder if they're doing it on purpose. I wish that when you went over these, it would give us that little pop out that it gives us now in the market, where it tells you how many you have in each outpost, so I would know whether I need to buy them. Because it takes time to go figure it out. And then they walk on, you have to go chase after them again. I'm going to buy some of the best animal feed, just because I'm nice that way. And my people are catching up on animal feed, so it can't hurt. And I have tons of money, so... I'm about to get richer, too. Setting all this trade up. To be honest, I am intimidated by all the new systems they have added since I last played. I will try to take my time and not get scared. Yeah, you're not alone in that. And we were scared and intimidated when they gave it to us to test with no instructions included, too, let me tell you. Honestly, it all came out and I messed with it some. And I was like, okay, this needs some work. And Enshrouded's update was coming out, and I was like, I'll be back. I'll be back. I mean, I did quite a bit of testing and lots of bug reporting and everything at the beginning. And then I went and did more of my Enshrouded stuff, and I love building an Enshrouded so much. And then when I could tell it was getting closer to the update was going to be coming out, and Enshrouded was starting to calm down, I went back in and started testing things with them again. And was like, we need some more instructions here and there and there and there. And they're so good at being responsive and really trying to take clear feedback on hand. I definitely got to give props to the Bellwright devs. Even when, I mean, I'm not going to call anything out, but even when, because people that test the game typically are really into it, right, and care a lot about it. You invest a lot of time to do all that. And sometimes people get very frustrated and may go off with their frustration expressing it. And I have never once seen a dev lose their cool. They're always so kind and patient, and they're like, well, if you're frustrated, that means there's something that we need to adjust. And I'm just like, y'all are really nice devs. Yeah, they're very, very responsive. It's nice. And I, honestly, I lost my shit one time, probably a week before the update came out. Because there was something that I thought was a significant challenge, and I was concerned that it was not going to be received well by the public, and I threw a little bit of a hissy fit. I mean, I didn't like act like some crazy person, start cursing at people or anything like that, but I was kind of jumping down going, this is a problem, this is going to be a problem, I do not see this going well, you know. And then I was just like, I'm tired and I'm not being helpful. I'm sorry. I'll come back tomorrow. Yeah, but they were all perfectly kind and understanding, and even people that go off much more than I ever have. But anyway, talk about squirrels. What am I doing? Could you tell them to make the damage settings separate for our character and enemies for casuals like me? You can make them very easy. You have a lot of modifiers in there. I have messed with that some during testing. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, what am I doing? Padstow. Did I set them up to make the... I keep distracting myself. I set them up to make the red vest, right? Weaver hut. Yeah, they're gonna make red vests. What else do they need? They need townsfolk shoes. So... shoes. Townsfolk shoes. We can make that. Let's top that up. I think a lot of them are going to request these. These early villages, excuse me, are going to request these simple townsfolk things. I'll make 3 of those. Topped up. So I will add that. I'll leave that at sell all. Anybody, any of the villages can buy all those I make, because that's the only reason I'm making them is for trading. Last time I had the damage at 400% and I could kill in 1 game hit, but enemies could kill me in 1 hit too. Well, maybe you should become an archer. Or take people with you. That's what I always did, especially in the beginning when I sucked at this combat. I didn't fight, I let my people fight for me. Good day, Aussie! How are you, friend? Good to see you. You waking up and getting your coffee? Townsfolk cap. Set up to make that. Here we go, just flax. Easy peasy. We'll top that up. Let's say 2. What else you got? Townsfolk trousers. Make some of those. I think Herndine asked for some of these things too, if I remember. Trousers. Townsfolk trousers. Top that up. 2. But all my followers would die, so I ended up just brute forcing everything by myself. I mean, it's an option. I see a lot of people be archers and like use the walls and big rocks to jump around and take them out. I have said several times I'm going to do that, but I end up not doing it. Which is odd, because a lot of times I do ranged or like staff and enshrouded and stuff, but in Bellwright I tend to just always have something to smack them on the head with. Well, before I could fight, I just sent my people ahead of me and let them die. And I would help as I could. You're great. Woke up, drank coffee. Won't be long. And I got to get some brekkie. Yeah. How are you and your family? I'm doing good. Thank you. I've recovered from not sleeping the night before the update. Well, mostly. When I ended stream yesterday, I gave out the keys. Except for one. One person that won a key didn't actually contact me on Discord. So if I don't hear from them by the end of the week, I'm probably going to give it to somebody else. But I gave out the keys, and then like a couple of minutes later, my kid got home from school. And he's like, why are you up? Because he rode the bus yesterday. He offered to ride the bus yesterday because the update was coming out. And he knew I'd only gotten 3 hours sleep because I was finishing the Caravan's guide for the update day. And I had to get up at 5 to get him off at school. So he got home from school and he's like, why are you up? I'm like, I just got done with stream. He's like, oh, you need to go lay down. I'm like, it's probably not a bad idea. He's like, go lay down, Mom. So I went and laid down. I was like, I'll just lay down for a minute. Laid down on the couch. I was out, zonked completely out. I like forced myself to wake up at like 7 o'clock in the evening. I was like, oh my god, I haven't fed the child. I was so tired. Oh. It was funny. So I've mostly recovered. Okay, I'm not buying flax from you. Wait, no, this is sell. What am I thinking? Selling flax to them. I don't really know that I want to sell them flax because I'm going to be using flax to make them products. Let's see. On their economy overview, that is something they need for their regular maintenance. It's only 5. It'll be fine. I'll sell them some flax. Although it's literally right here in the field by the thing. Like, can't you walk outside and pick some yourself? But it's fine. I'll do it for you. I'm definitely going to have to put a qualifier on that. Can't have them buying all my flax and then can't make any of the other products. Rope. I'll sell them rope. That's going to need a qualifier. Copper nails. I don't have any copper nails here. Can I make copper nails at the regular workbench? Because that's the only one down here. At this outpost. Do I need the tool maker to make copper nails? No, I can. Okay, fine. I do have some copper being regularly sent over here from the copper mine by Bradford, just because occasionally they might need some copper. So we'll say top up, copper nails, I'm gonna say 5, which is more than I have on hand. I only have 3 on hand. So maybe I'll look at the copper that's being sent over here and up it to 5. It's being sent here from Bradford. Currently requesting 4. Let's up that to 5. Was added down here to my expected deliveries. Okay. What else does Padstow want? Adventurer's garb. That is more fancy. I have 3 of those at home in HG though. I don't... Is Farnworth wanting those? Is that why I have them made up there? Let's see. Whoops. That's not what I meant to do. I clicked on the caravan. I meant to click on the town. Are y'all wanting adventurer's garb? No. I just must have them left at home for something. Okay. Well, I'm going to have those sent down here so they're not just sitting in my inventory at home. There's no point in that. Where's my thing? Here's my caravan station at home. I could do it link to link to link, but for the guide, I also set up that one big circle route. Where's that? Ugh, I don't know where it's at. Here, I'll just pull it up this way. Other buildings. It's at the second caravan station. I have this big circle. I'm gonna have the North 10 Outpost request. What was it called? No, I forget what it's called. Son of a biscuit eater. What was it called? No, I'm not gonna remember. Adventurer's garb. So my big circle route, this outpost. Give me the adventurer's garbs that are sitting up there at home, please. I have 3 of them. I'm gonna leave this at one time. So just bring them next time you come. Thank you. And then that one time will be automatically taken out of the list. I'm so happy they added a proper character creator. Can't wait to create my character. Yeah. It's serious. They're not messing around with that character creator. There's so many options. It's insane. I'll tell you a funny story about testing for this update. I don't know if there's any of them here. But when they added in the character creator into your house, that you can adjust your character creator at your house. They're all wearing something on their head. I had like almost everybody in the world go gray. Everybody got gray hair, including me. Everybody got gray hair. They're like, oops, we didn't mean to do that. So I still have some people walking around in my world that are all totally gray. It's funny. Can you see and adjust the looks at any time? Yes, you can. You have a thing at your home building, but from the shack even, starting from the shack, all the way up, you have a thing that you can adjust yourself. Okay, what else does Padstow want? Woodcutter's axe. That's highly unfortunate. I can't stand the woodcutter's axe. I don't like making anything two-handed. I'm not a fan. I'd just rather not mess with it. I wonder, does anybody else have... Let's see if there's a way I could get away with not making these myself. Blackbird's Pool I left unliberated. Horndean, do you do something that would cause you to make axes? What are your facilities? A forge? No. Mine? No. No. Smelter? No. I mean, it's not that big a deal, because I just have none of my presets set up to use a two-handed weapon. Advanced armorer. They make a lot of stuff. Advanced tailor, fisherman, weaver. Nobody else is gonna make them. I mean, it's probably a pretty basic thing that most people make. Ah! Hey, Day. I am a dogfish. It's true. How you doing, Day Avante? None of them are gonna make it. What do you have any investment facilities that would make it? No. Fine. Can you make the woodcutter's axe at the simple workbench? I'm assuming the things that Hernding and Padstow need are gonna be able to create it at the early level workstations. Yeah, you can. Needs a bronze ingot. Okay, we're gonna top up at 1. So we don't have any bronze here. Do I have a bloomery set up over here. I guess we could make bronze ingot. Actually, I wonder if I should have my copper mine make that and send it over here. Because my people over here are pretty taxed out.
I feel it's going to be a good day.
They're doing a lot of deliveries over here. And farming and weaving. And my copper mine at Bradford, they're mainly mining copper, cutting wood, smelting a little bit. They don't have as many jobs, so I think I'm gonna have them make bronze and send it back here. So let me tell them, why don't y'all, because they're the next chain in the link on some of these travel routes. Why don't y'all
going to be
keep
a good day.
5 bronze made? It's probably enough. And then I'll add that to the stuff that they bring back here when they're coming back this way. So that would be between the north and Bradford. It's currently on the way back. So here at the north, whoops, down here at the end of the route on the north, when we ask for copper, we'll also ask for bronze. We'll ask for 5. Let them make it. The people over here are busy enough. Okay. I topped that up in the workbench, right? Yeah, top up 1. That's enough. Don't need to be in a big rush on it. Try and do it all at once. Okay, what else does Padstow want? Elm short bows. I already have 4 of those here. They want 3. We'll sell you this. I'm gonna put a rule on this. Oh, I wasn't doing rules yet. I'll do all the rules at once. I'm gonna want them to keep 1 here, probably, because I do have some people at this outpost here defending. They want an Outriders helmet. Pretty sure I can make that at the beginner stuff. They might already be making one. Let's look at... Why? Oh, I'm on other. Stop that. Path Seeker's Home. Is that what I just said? I think I need to eat something. I'm starting to forget what I just looked at. Path Seeker's Home. Is that what they were asking for? Outrider's Helmet. That's different. That's heavy. No worries, Day. Hope you're having a good day. Weaver Hut. Out. Cast Cloak. No. Uh-oh. Is this gonna be something I have to make somewhere else? Surely not. You know what? I wonder if this is one I didn't research because I didn't care about it. Let's look at research. Yep. Outrigger's Helmet. Alright, we'll go ahead and research it. What else do they want? Wooden planks. We're gonna have to have that shipped. Because I'm not building the whole make planks down here. Or up here at this outpost system. Do you know if they are planning on adding a system like Medieval Dynasty where you can marry and continue your line? They are specifically planning to not do that. And the reason that they are not doing that is because in Bellwright there's a lot more combat and your villages can be raided and the people can be murdered, and they don't want to put kids in that situation. They didn't think that would be cool. And I gotta say, I see their point. Yeah, because Medieval Dynasty, right, you have to go out and find a fight, whereas in Bellwright, the fight will come to you. Yeah, they don't want babies killed in their cribs. It's not really good for your brand. Bad luck, bad luck. Okay, so these wooden planks. Is this a part? See, those bad guys just walked by and didn't even interact with me. Is this part of their regular thing that they want? Yes. They're short too. They're requesting 6, so they probably need some for some of their facilities right now. Okay, I'll have some planks sent up here. Because Herndine may end up needing some planks for building some stuff too, right? Yeah, they're going to need some planks also. Makes sense to build buildings, which eventually will actually be in the world. We'll keep some planks sent up here. So, I'll do that with the big route from home. It's interesting having both types of routes set up, link to link to link, between the outposts and the one big loop thing to kind of start deciding which one I like better. Which one I tend to use more, like, oh, I want to do it in one big link, or I want to do that one link at a time. So, in the big circle, I want to have the north request some planks. We're going to top this up. How many should I keep up here? Maybe 10? I don't feel like I need a million of them. They're not going to be asking for like 100 every day. When trading, do you need a vendor at the other end? What do you mean? Should I put a rule on that? No, I don't think it matters. I make so many planks, they're not going to run me out by sending 10 down here. I'm in a hardwood forest. I'm making them constantly. Cob. I don't like it when people want cob. It's because cob is hard to make. So many steps involved. Fine. Is Herndine going to be requesting cob too? Ooh, my Outrider's helmet is ready. Can I make it here? Oh no, it'd be over here. Yep. Takes bronze. Oh, we're gonna be sending 5. Top it up at 1. Go slow on that, because that's expensive at this outpost. Where do the goods go? When you're trading with the towns, it just goes to the town, and so your carts will go to a location in the town and unload it there. And then they'll have it in their storage. So like in Padstow, if I look at the economy overview, this is what the village has in stock. So they have 9 radishes. If I send them 10 radishes, then it'll show 19 radishes here. Now, that won't always happen with things like wooden planks or certain other things, honestly, because it depends on whether they're getting it to go into their village stock for maintenance or whether they're getting it to be added into a facility for an upgrade or something. If they're like, if you're investing or they're investing, like right now they're investing themselves into upgrading their lumberjack. So flax, wood, and stone are still needed to complete that upgraded investment. So if I send flax, it's not going to all show up in their storage because part of it's going to be put in the lumberjack. You're welcome. Okay. What else? Did I get it all? I did those, right? Oh, I was complaining about cob. So they want a little bit of cob and thatch. I mean, these things are not surprising because you're going to need that to build upgrades, right? So let's have a little bit of cob and thatch sent along. In our big circle route to the north. Cob. We'll do a top up at 10. And thatch. So they're only asking for 2 or 3 at a time. Whoops, 10. Make this 10. I am going to put a rule on this for cob and thatch, because I don't want to accidentally do that too many places and then end up not with having cob or thatch at home when I need it. I'm just going to do a simple one of always keep a certain number at home. They're not going to always load it, but they will load it if somebody's asking for it. If it doesn't get me below 10. No worries, Aussie. Bellwright, did our giveaway end timing? Is it still going? Oh, it's still going. You must have already, yeah, you've already gotten a ticket, that's why. Oh, wait. Did I not actually start it a while ago when I said start? Maybe I just thought about it and didn't actually do it. I don't remember. But it's going now. Who was it that got the first one? Oh, it was ended and no winner was drawn? Okay, well, we'll give people another minute if they want to, since I just restarted it. Let's see. Yeah, Bad Dad, it looks like you're already in it. Wait, who was I going to yell at? I was going to yell at somebody because they were at work. Bacon! Oh, he's already in it. He was like, I'm lurking. Are you in it? If you type exclamation point Bellwright and it doesn't say anything, then you're probably already in it. Yes, you already have a ticket. Indeed. Okay, was that the last one? Doesn't normally take this long to do this. Just saying, just because I'm chatting. Okay, advanced animal feed. I'm not doing it. Look, I'm out at home again already. I need to figure out what's going on up there. Straps. Yeah, we can do straps. We already have some in storage up here just from the little bandits that I take out. I will set a qualify for this. I think maybe I'll just keep like one at home. Okay, I need to go do all the qualifiers. That was the last thing on the list that I was going to do because I'm going to do an animal feed right now. That animal feed doesn't go bad in my inventory, does it? No. Okay. So let's put the qualifiers on. I'm selling them potatoes. Am I okay with them taking all my potatoes? I think I am, because I'm not cooking here. I'm just farming the ones here to trade, to sell. Same thing for radishes. Same thing. I mean, not entirely for small meat. That was one of their main food sources at this outpost, so I'll tell them to keep a little bit of raw meat here. They can do all the red townsfolk, all the shoes, all the caps, trousers, not all the flax. We're gonna put a rule for flax. You're loading this up. Always keep say 10. Rope. Oh, I need to switch this to sell from cargo, so they're following my rules. I mean, you could do it both ways. You could limit it by how much they're allowed to load, or you can say sell from cargo. Actually, I'm gonna leave this at sell all. Because I already have the modifier in here of always keep. So I don't really need to do both. And this is a straight route, so it can stay pretty simple. Rope. Do I want to put a qualifier on that? Probably not. I mean, I'm making them here to sell. Strap. I think I am going to put a modifier on that. Keep some strap here. Just in case I have a weapon that I want. Somebody to make. The strap. Although, can you make any of the weapons and stuff with this simple workbench with straps? Or you can, right? Some of the things you make here use straps. You don't have to use the tool maker for all of those, right? Yeah. Some of these you can use straps and metal for. Just not the higher level ones. If we end up making a lot of those for the towns, then I'll have HGville send more down here on a regular basis. So that was all of them, right? Sell, and I have the qualifier set. Is there anything that I want to buy from them? I could buy copper ingots from them instead of having Bradford send copper over here. I could buy mud from them, but I already have my mud hut set up over here. Whoops, I hear a bell. Oh, I got one here for a second. Where's that archer? There he is. Stop it! Get him. Get him. You can do it! You can do it! Get those skills up. We got this. I got their back. Let them get some practice in. Huzzah! See, I knew you could do it. Good job. The new trading has some scary stuff. Yeah, it's intimidating at first, for sure. But that's why I did the Caravan video first, and then I'm going to have the market video come out, and then I'll be doing the prosperity video, because it, and like in the Caravan guide that I put out, it's half an hour long. It's a lot of work I put into that guide, but it's chunked up into pieces, and I've been telling people, don't try and understand all of it at once. Start with the first section is an overview of how caravans and delivery work. Then it's put in chapters on the video. And then it gives you the first chapter, setting up your first caravan, that is a simple from settlement to outpost and back. That's it. Nothing in between, nothing fancy, no trading with towns, no multiple outposts all over the world. Just one link from your settlement to an outpost and back. So just do that one first. And once you understand that, then you can move on to the next one. And it'll make a lot more sense once you get that first piece down. If that makes sense. Hopefully so. Yeah, it's complex. Even people in the testing branch were asking me, where's my guide for caravans and prosperity and stuff, weeks ago. And I was like, am I going to spend hours and days making a guide right now when they're still changing it every day? But it's out now. Okay, I was going to look at whether I want to buy anything from Padstow, right? I should buy something from them. Unclog their storage. Help them participate in the economy. That's the thing, too, coming in with an established save. I already have everything. I don't need the towns for anything at this point, because I'm already so big. But if I was coming in with a new save, then, you know, it would probably be beneficial to do some of this kind of trading. So, and try and set some of it up and help the towns out to get their prosperity up. Okay, so why don't we buy copper from Padstow instead of having my copper mine send it over here. Let's do that just cause. Buy requested. So I need to request some. So when they're coming back and unloading, they're gonna unload it here. So this is where I'm gonna request it. Copper ingot. Let's keep it topped up. Let's say 5. So now it's been added over here on the unload items. Let's go back to the Padstow line. Is there anything else I want to buy from them? You know, I could buy a hoe from them, and then my people wouldn't have to use metal to repair it. What do you need to repair a hoe? I don't remember. Is it a strap? Ah, I'm stuck on a cart.
Happy days. All thanks to you.
She's picking the pickaxe. That uses a strap. See, so it's good I kept some straps over here. Do y'all not have a hoe in here? What?
I could swear I heard a wolf howling last night.
I could swear I set up a hoe to be in here. Well, let's not do it. Well, they'll still be able to repair it. Let's buy it. Let's buy it from Padstow. We'll buy 2, and we'll say 1 time, and we'll let the outpost repair them in the future. Let's support the town. Okay, we'll buy 2 hoes. Buy requested. How many are we requesting? Hoe. 1 time, give me 2 hoes. Now it's over here, unexpected deliveries. Okay, I think that's good to start. I'm not gonna do... Okay, so let's go back to the top. I'm not gonna do more than one cart at a time. They're right here by me. I'm not gonna send guards. Just because I already have so many delivery caravans going in and out of this outpost. And they're right there. Like, they can deal with the little bandits across the street. This caravan has a max capacity of 50 because I'm only sending one cart. Each cart has a max capacity of 50. I could hit send caravan and send it manually, but I want it to go automatically when it has how many items available and ready to go. Let's say do it every time we're ready to send at least 10 items to make it worth walking over there to do that. Okay, and click it on. Huzzah! Assembling caravan. Whoops, wrong key. I heard the bell. Oh yeah. Get away from my people. Oh, you got it. You got it. You go, girl. You got it. Don't hit her on the head. See all that blood pop out of her head? That was bad. You got it. You got it. They have done a combat update. Bacon, you're already on the list. I'm about to draw it. As soon as the spider's over, I think. Yeah, I checked while I yelled for you. Did you hear me? I said, Bacon! But then I looked and you already had your name in there. Yeah, they did in part of the combat. They made the combat more nuanced and like they're not as predictable as they used to be. Good job. That was a good hit. Huzzah! I knew you could do it. Good job. Exactly. Get him, girl. She got it. Oh, I got distracted and didn't watch them take the caravan. I was going to watch them for you. Where are they at? Padstow. Oh, they're still assembling caravan. Find caravan. Can't be far. It's her. She's doing it. She's like, I was busy. Now she has the caravan icon. Had to step away for work. That's why I was yelling. Bacon! I used to have a kid where I worked as a counselor with troubled teens. And I had a nickname for him that was Bacon. And I don't remember how I gave him that nickname. But when he got released, I like bought a plastic piece of bacon and I wrapped it up really pretty in this fancy gift box and everything and gave it to him to open. He was like, oh, such a beautiful present. He opened it up, it was a piece of plastic bacon. I thought it was funny. I was like, to remember all you've learned here. Okay, let's go ahead and give out this last key for today. I'm going to close the entries and pick a winner. Fingers crossed. Good luck, everybody. Huzzah! Whoops. Wrong key. Just kidding. Some guy has won. Whoops, there's my alarm. A Tucker is going to want to be picked up from school. From your AOL days. Dating yourself. So, some guy and co, if you would like to join my Discord and tag me there, I can get you the free key. Congratulations. And thanks again to Docky Crew for providing me with so many keys to give out to my community. I appreciate you greatly doing that for me. Yay!
This village stands as a testament to your leadership. Bellwright.
Alright, so there's some point in here where she's gonna unload it in the middle of the town. There, she dumped it right there. They got it. And now she's going back with the shovels that she just bought. Hose, I mean. And gonna take them home. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much. I'm glad they're helpful. Alright, you got this. I have faith in you. I'm not gonna watch you walk home. That girl can handle herself. Okay. Let's see. Let's click on Padstow. And up here. How long does it take for it to register? I don't remember. Is it when they get home? I don't know what she actually took this time. It's not registered yet. Maybe she needs to get home. Ooh, is that a red dot? It's a wolf. See, she left the car and went and fight. This is why if you send someone to be a caravan puller, they need to have at least a basic weapon on them. Because even if they're set up to not hold ground, when they're pulling the caravan, they'll at least try to defend themselves. How much time do I have? Not much. Will there be more chances to win? I want a key from my friend. Possibly, but not likely. I'm about to end the stream, and but I have someone that didn't claim their key that they won yesterday. I don't know if they left stream and didn't get notified or whatever, but if I don't hear from that person by the end of the week, then I might give it to somebody else. They gave me 5 keys to give out. That's a lot. I appreciate it greatly. I should have looked at my expected deliveries and seen what she took over there. I didn't even pay attention to it. They still want potatoes and radishes. Oh, she's going again. She is taking more. Whoops. I'm gonna Are you doing a different route now? Let's see what she's doing. Yeah, she's taking more to Padstow. She couldn't fit it all in one load. Okay, so that's starting to go, so their prosperity will start going up. Then I can also indirectly increase their prosperity by selling things at the market as well. But that is more than I have time to get into today. Been a while. Forgot to put redeem before run. Didn't get to make me jump this time. How is Farnsworth doing? They're still increasing. Good. Got our trade set up over there already going. That's good. And then, do I have construction points in Herndeen?
So far, we're
I
doing
do.
great work. Don't you
So
think?
I'll do some investing in Herndeen. So I need to start them too. I already started making some of the things that they need. These are the facilities they have going. I can invest and get the villages making more of the things that everybody needs, then I don't have to do as much myself. Boy, Herndeen has a lot of stuff that you can invest in. What? Oh, they're the ones that can make the axes. Oh, that's not a woodsman axe. They can make all kinds of stuff. That's cool that they give the starter town so many things. What should I invest in over there? Militia. Smelter. You can start trading. Get them a
What do you
smelter
think those
going.
dots in the sky are?
And trade for all of these kinds of metals. Weaver. You can have them trading thatch, so you don't have to provide thatch for people to build their new stuff. Ooh, that's tempting. Facilities do they have right now? They have a forager. Forge. No demand for those right now. Trapper. They're missing traps. I'll send them traps so their trapper can work. And then they can provide that stuff too. Actually, I'm not going to do their trapper yet because I have a lot of these I want to sell. I want to sell mine first. I have way too many of them. I mean, and that's a good thing too, is because, like, if you end up with a crap ton of something, instead of just throwing it all in the outhouse, which some of it you may still want to, but you can throw it for sale in the market. And then the traveling traders come by and pick it up, and will sell some of it to the towns and whatnot. So you're at least getting something back for this stuff. Like, this is just my little outpost that I've just thrown some random things in there to be for sale, and I've made 860 gold coins from it. I haven't, like, done any tweaking on it or anything yet. Stop. Okay, I'm gonna take these guys out real quick. Come on. Give me guts. Yeah. Hiya. Hiya. No. They have fancier footwork than I used to. Ooh, I missed. I went right over his head. You see that? Bye-bye. Hutch. I have an important question. Are there freckles in the character creator? Yes. There's so much stuff in the character creator. It's insane. There's everything in the character creator. Everything is in the character creator. It's wild.
So far, we're doing great work, don't you think?
You're doing a great job. Keep it up. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. I appreciate it greatly. And I'll be having more guides come out. I think I'll have the other requested one about things I wish I knew probably coming out later today. And then next will be Caravan and then Prosperity. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys. Thank you for all the subs and likes. I appreciate it. I pinned a comment today. 96% of my viewers are not subbed to my channel. That blew my mind when I found that out. I was like, wow. My channel could be doing much better if some of those people actually subbed. So I would appreciate that. I put a lot of work into this stuff. All right, everybody have a great day, and I will see you soon. And until next time, happy gaming.